Good evening. Hamilton County Television proudly presents high school baseball. Tonight, we are at Shamrock Stadium on the campus of Westfield High School to bring you the Fishers Tigers and the Westfield Shamrocks. It is senior night here for the Westfield Shamrocks, so we're going to be going over to the public address announcer, Connor Tebby, here shortly, as soon as the senior activities start to follow those. But what we've got here tonight is we've got a matchup between two fairly evenly matched teams. The Fishers Tigers come in here at 14-9. The Shamrocks come in here at 8-13. The difference between the two teams is not a whole lot, but you also have a situation with the Shamrocks where they had a slow start this season. They started out with a 0-8 record, won their first game against Heritage Christian, and then since then they have been 8-5. So they have really come on strong here lately. They got all the tough teams, the two toughest teams in the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, out of the way right away, that being the Noblesville Millers and the Zionsville Eagles. Tonight, it's going to be a matchup of two pitchers. We will have Brian Skelton on the mound for the Shamrocks and Luke Albright on the mound for the Tigers. In looking at Brian Skelton, he's got a 2.0 ERA. He has pitched 28 innings. He's given up 28 hits, 17 runs, of which 7 of those were earned. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to the public address announcer, Connor Tebby, who is going to be introducing the senior night activities.
After he gets back.
Okay, we're going to be delayed just a little bit on the senior night activities. We'll just continue to talk about the pitching matchup here tonight between Brian Skelton and Luke Albright. As far as Luke Albright goes, he's got a 1.31 ERA for the Tigers. He's pitched 26.2 innings, given up 22 hits, 8 runs, of which 5 are earned, which is why he's got a 1.31 ERA. So we got a couple good pitchers coming out here to the mound tonight, and it's going to be an exciting game. Both of these teams are they've had a pretty good season, probably not as good as what the coaches would like, but especially for the Shamrocks. And talking to Coach Ryan Bunnell before the game today, he says it's been kind of a on and off season for the Shamrocks. Both of these teams, with their batting averages, are batting in the 240s, with the Tigers batting about 246. In the Shamrocks batting about 240. One of the biggest differences between these teams is their aggressiveness on the bases. Westfield has only stolen 15 bases all season, whereas the Tigers have attempted 55 stolen bases and actually been successful 50 times during the season. So the Tigers definitely playing a little bit more aggressive on the bases. This is an important game for both teams as far as Hoosier Crossroad Conference goes. The Zionsville Eagles have all but got it wrapped up. They do have 2 series left. They will be playing at Fishers, and they will also be playing either Brownsburg or Avon. I don't remember which it is. Noblesville also has 1 series left to go, and the Royals. Now let's go over to Connor Tebby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Westfield High School for tonight's doubleheader between the visiting Fishers Tigers and your own Westfield Shamrocks. Today, we would like to honor 8 seniors and their parents for their years of service to the Westfield baseball program. These seniors have devoted countless hours to Westfield High School, the Rocks baseball program, and the game of baseball. Please join us in honoring these great people today. First up, we have number 5, Harrison Freed, and his parents, Jane and Mike. Harrison is a 2-year letter winner in baseball and tennis. His honors include being a 2015 Hoosier Crossroads Conference Honorable Mention Award winner, 2015 Perfect Game Underclass Honorable Mention, and 2016 Perfect Game Central Region Honorable Mention. His college plans include attending Butler University to study finance and play baseball. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is winning the HCC last year and Jacob Robinson's walk-off home run against Noblesville. Harrison has selected his father Mike to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Harrison. Next up, we have number 7, Milo Beam, and his parents, Nellie and David. Milo is a 3-year letter winner in baseball and 3-year letter winner in football as well. His honors include being a 2015 Hoosier Crossroads Conference Honorable Mention, 2015 Gold Glove Team Award winner, 2015 Perfect Game Preseason Underclassmen All-American, 2016 Perfect Game Preseason All-American, and 2016 Preseason All-USA Central Indiana team. Milo is also a captain for this year's baseball team. His college plans include attending Purdue University to major in business at the Krannert School of Management and play baseball for the Boilers. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is winning the HCC title last year. Milo has selected his dad, David, to throw out today's first pitch. Give it up for Milo. Next, we have number 9, Logan Schneider, and his mother, Ann. Logan is a 2-year letter winner in baseball and played football his freshman year of high school. He plans to attend Ball State University in the fall to major in business. Logan's favorite memory from Westfield baseball was the walk-off home run Robo hit against Noblesville to win the game. Logan has selected his mother, Ann, to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Logan. Next, we have number 11, Max McCool, and his parents, Alyssa and Chad. Max is a 3-year letter winner in baseball and 3-year letter winner in football. Max is also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. His honors include Academic All-State in football, Outstanding Leadership in the Classroom Award, National Honor Society, Student Athletic Board, and was a member of the Football Leadership Council, along with serving as a captain on this year's baseball team. Max plans to attend Indiana Wesleyan University in the fall to play baseball and is currently undecided on his field of study. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is dogpiling at Fishers last year after winning the HCC title. Max has selected his dad, Chad, to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Max. Next, we have number 12, Will McCool, and his parents, Alyssa and Chad. Will is a 1-year letter winner in baseball and 3-year letter winner in football. His honors include Academic All-State in football, AP Scholar Award, and the Madeline Foundation Award for highest football GPA. Will plans to attend Ball State University in the fall to study finance and actuarial sciences. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is Milo's walk-off single against Brownsburg. Will has selected his grandfather, Dave McCoy, on behalf of himself and in memory of Bill Maynard to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Will. Next, we have number 20, Ryan Pepio, and his parents, Mike and Christine. Ryan played 4 years of football and received 2 varsity letters, played basketball his freshman and sophomore year and received 1 varsity letter, and has played baseball for 4 years and received 2 varsity letters. His honors include 2014 All-County Football Team, Offense, Second Team, 2015 All-Hoosier Crossroads Conference Team in baseball, BSN Sports Student Athlete of the Week, 2015 HEC All-Conference Football Team Honorable Mention, 2015 Senior All-State Football Team, 2015 All-State Football Team Honorable Mention, 2015 and 16 Academic Football All-State, and the Excellence in Education Award. Ryan will be attending Butler University in the fall to pursue a business degree and play baseball for the Bulldogs. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is winning the HCC championship as a junior and playing varsity baseball with his brother this season. Ryan has selected his father, Mike, to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Ryan. Next, we have number 33, Noah Nye, and his parents, Randy and Yvonne. Noah is a one-year letter winner in baseball and a one-letter winner in football. His honors include academic All-State in football this year. Noah plans to attend Purdue University in the fall to study biochemical engineering. His favorite memory from Westfield baseball was Victory Challenge Week this year. Noah has selected his father, Randy, to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Noah. Last, we have number 34, Luke Speak, and his parents, Frank and Jennifer. Luke played baseball for 4 years and football for 1 year. He is a one-year letter winner in baseball. Luke plans to attend Spalding University in the fall and play on the baseball team. Go Eagles! His favorite memory from Westfield baseball is enjoying the guys on the team and the friendship he has made. Luke has selected his younger brother Peyton to throw out the first pitch today. Give it up for Luke. Please join us in congratulating our seniors and their parents for their fine efforts and years of service to the Westfield baseball program. The coaching staff would like to thank the parents and players for their tremendous attitude and commitment throughout their years in the program. At this time, each senior has selected someone who is special to them for the honored baseball tradition of throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. So kind of quick. Give it up one more time for our seniors. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Tigers. Leading off and playing third base, number 23, Caleb Brencheski. Batting second and playing left field, number 1, Taylor Soper. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 22, Craig Yoho. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 15, Matthew Wolf. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 3, Andy Bennett. Batting sixth and catching, number 5, Brandon Tungate. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 18, Ryan Metz. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 10, Parker Wells. And batting ninth, the DH, number 4, Evan Patrick. And pitching, number 1, Luke Albright. The Tigers are coached by Matthew Cherry and assisted by Jeff Harkin, Eric Osborne, and Darren Sims. And now, the starters for your Westfield Shamrocks. Leading off and playing center field, number 7, Milo Beam. Batting second and playing left field, number 14, Logan McClurg. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 20, Ryan Pepio. Batting fourth and pitching number 25, Brian Skelton. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 5, Harrison Freed. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 9, Logan Schneider. Batting seventh, the DH, number 10, Jackson Garrett. And catching number 6, Sam Eaton. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 11, Max McCool. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 27, Matt Meyer. The Shamrocks are coached by Ryan Bonnell in his 14th season. He is assisted by John A. Strike, Mike Hansen, and Bill Lindsay. And now, would you all rise and sing along as we honor America with our national anthem?
Well, senior night, senior salute is just about over, and it's time to play baseball here at Shamrock Field. It is just a gorgeous May afternoon. Got 67 degrees, a west-southwest wind at about 10 miles per hour. Now, one of the differences here when you come to the Shamrock Stadium is that this stadium is a little bit bigger than most high school stadiums. You got 330 down the lines, 375 to the power alleys, which is about anywhere from 10 to 15 feet more than what most stadiums are, and 395 to dead center field. So this is a larger field. It's going to take a little bit more effort to pop one out of here than what you would normally have. We would like to give special thanks to all of our hometown television sponsors. They include Community Health, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration Service, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and Noblesville Trophies. And I also like to thank our great Hamilton County television crew tonight. Jim Wofford at the controls. Will is out there on the camera. And we got a special guest with us tonight, a media major from Hamilton Southeastern Schools. We've got Ken Jordan with us. Ken, pull that microphone down in front of your mouth there and tell us what's your impression so far of what we're going to see tonight.
I feel like both teams have great pitchers. I'm excited to see who's going to come out on top. And, overall, I think this is going to be a great game.
Well, both of these coaches have a tendency to play things aggressive. I think one of the biggest differences between the two teams is that Fishers is very aggressive on the bases, where the Shamrocks have not been nearly as aggressive once they get base runners on. So we'll just have to see what happens tonight. And leading it off for the Tigers here in the top of the first is going to be the third baseman, Caleb Bercheski. He's batting .267. Caleb had quite a night Wednesday night over at Fishers in the 8-4 victory over the Shamrocks. He was 3 for 4 and provided a lot of run power for the Tigers. It was kind of, I guess, what you might call a Caleb night, to say the least. First pitch from Brian Skelton is in there for a called strike, strike one. Skelton with a 2.0 ERA. A little bit low. 2 balls and a strike on the leadoff man, Brancheski. There's a foul straight back to even up the count at 2-2. Unlike last night, no rain in the neighborhood tonight. A lot of games washed out last night because of that storm front that came through right about game time. The 2-2 pitch, a little bit high, full count to Brzezinski. That one is high and outside, so Brancheski works it to a full count and is the first base runner of the game. Left fielder Taylor Soper steps in, batting .333. Brancheski with just a slight lead over at first base. That one's high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Brancheski has 13 stolen bases so far this season. Looks very patient there, just a step or two. Now he gets a little bit bigger lead. That one's low and inside. Skelton having just a little bit of trouble hitting the strike zone here. Soper steps right up to the plate. Look at where his feet are. They are right on the inner side of that batter's box. Brancheski gets the lead. He's running, and he's going to be in there safe. There's not going to be a throw. Brancheski will get a stolen base. 3 balls, no strikes on Taylor Soper. 1 on, no out. Caleb Brancheski in scoring position at second base. Tiger batters being patient, making Skelton put the ball over the plate. That is inside. Soper walks on 4 pitches.
It's back-to-back walks.
Back-to-back walks. That brings the catcher Sam Eaton out to talk to Skelton. Well, Craig Yoho steps in. Shortstop Yoho is a .323 batter. This is exactly the situation that Ryan Bunnell did not want to see happen early to his Shamrocks. They're not in the hole yet, but they're flirting with disaster here right early. It's 5-6 pitches in a row that have missed now. Ball 1 on Yoho. A little high. That's high also. I'm not sure if he's having trouble with his release, that he's just not releasing proper, but he just has missed the zone now on 8 straight pitches. There's a strike. About belt high over the outside corner of the plate. Yoho is sophomore. Correction, he's a sophomore. Bruncheski is doing his best to rattle Skelton as much as he can out there at second base. Ball 4. 3 batters, 3 walks to load up the bases. That's going to bring out the pitching coach to talk it over here. Just exactly the way, Ken, that Coach Bunnell did not want to start this game. He wanted to try to get some outs right away, but instead the first 3 batters have walked. And now Matthew Wolf coming up with an excellent chance to put the Tigers way out ahead real early.
Yeah, I feel like a double play here would be very big for Westfield, but, I feel like this batter has a good chance to get on.
Well, the other thing that Skelton has got to do is he's got to establish his strike. He's probably, I'm not tracking balls and strikes, but I think he's probably only thrown maybe 3 or 4 strikes to the first 3 batters. So he's got to start putting that ball over the plate and let the Tigers make contact with it and let his fielders earn their keep. First pitch to Wolf is right over the heart of the plate at the knees, strike 1.
He needed that one bad.
He did. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Wolf is a .286 hitter, the right fielder. Big pitch coming up here at 0-2. There's a hot shot to the second baseman. And what we've got here is we've got a force out at second, but we also have a runner scored. Bruncheski did score. The runner going from first to second, Yoho, was out on a force for the first out. Taylor Soper remains at second, and Wolf reaches on a fielder's choice. Still no hits, but there is 1 run.
Looks like a little confusion going on with who's out.
Yeah, we have a man on first and second, and the umpires are talking this over. I couldn't tell if the shortstop Pepio, if he caught that ball in the air on that line drive or if that bounced in front of him. I did not see that. That was what my initial question was. But then he threw the ball over to second base. Well, at second base, he's either going to have one of 2 things. If he caught the ball, he's going to have the second, the runner on second was off of the base, and he would have been out because of the line drive. If he did not catch the ball on the line drive, the runner going from first to second, who would have been Craig Yoho, would have been out on a force. So the umpires are talking this over now, and I think they're probably wondering about the same thing. If if that was a catch by Pepio. Now they're signaling an out here, but I'm just not sure what the.
It looked to me like the ball had dropped.
We're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. What you have as of right now is you have Matthew Wolf on first. He would have reached on what could have been what would officially would be called a fielder's choice. I can't see who the runner at second is. I can't see if that's Yoho or Soper there. But on the play, Bruncheski did score.
Yeah, but are we missing one batter somewhere? We had 3 people on base, had 41 hit a ball.
Correct. Yeah, we've only got 2 people left on base. So the question is here is how many outs are there and how many runs have scored?
Well, it looked like he tapped on second and then went to third, which would still be a force out. The run came across for the.
Okay, well, if he went to third, he would have had to tag him out because that would have taken the force off, and I couldn't tell whether he tagged him or not at third.
And now comes the Westfield coach.
So Craig Yoho is going to second base.
And Soper is coming out.
Soper came out. He was out, so that is one of the outs. Yoho was not out. But in any case, there's got to be, there had to be 2 runs score. I'm just a little bit confused on this, unless they called. Okay, here's what I think happened now. I think that they called. I believe that they called Wolf out on a line drive and then threw over to third, which would have
taken that batter out.
Yeah, but that would have been Soper, who was on. Soper was on second base,
which is why now he's out.
Is Soper?
Yeah, he's out on the.
So we've got 2 runs. That brings up Andy Bennett. Yes, there have been 2 runs that have scored. And there is 1 out. Yeah.
You're missing a batter, though. You had 3 on base. Now you only got 2. So either 2 runs or 2 outs.
There's a nice curveball from Skelton for strike 2 to Bennett. A lot of confusion on this, but the bottom line comes down to is there's a drive into the gap in left center, caught by the left fielder, Logan McClurg. Bennett is out.
That was a very close play. Nice throw.
Good throw over to first base, made it into a very, very close play. That is the second out of the inning, but still 2 runs have scored. The catcher, Brendan Tungate, comes up. We're going to try to straighten this all out and figure out exactly what happened here, but there are 2 outs. 2 runs have scored. That was a little bit inside on Tungate. Wolf is on first. Yoho is on second. Soper scored the other run. Three and 0 on Brendan Tungate. Inside, ball 4. So the bases are loaded once again. I believe that's Craig Yoho over there at third base, number 22. Matthew Wolf over at first base.
4 walks, but still no hits.
Mm-hmm.
Number 19, Trevor Newman.
There's a high pop-up. Shortstop going out after it. Left fielder comes in, takes it for the third out.
Way to get out of that first inning.
Yeah, they're the Shamrocks are probably really lucky that there wasn't more damage done in that inning. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what the score is. If it's 1-0 or if it's 2-0.
7 batters, 3 outs, 3 on.
Okay, so Soper must have been out at one point. The second batter, he was the first out. So yeah, that is correct. So there was 1 run, no hits, no errors, 3 batters left on the bases. So, all right, after a very confusing top of the first, Tigers are ahead 1-0. Let's talk just a little bit about the Tigers and their appearance on the mound tonight. Pitching for the Tigers is Luke Albright. Luke is a sophomore. A 1.31 ERA, 26 2/3 innings, giving up 22 hits. Here's the thing that's impressive, Ken. 8 runs, of which only 5 were earned. He's struck out 28 batters. He has walked 14 batters. Has not given up any home runs. But he's faced 115 batters so far this season. Quite a job by Luke Albright. The top of the bottom of the first for the Shamrocks, the top 3 batters will be Milo Beam, Logan McClurg, and Ryan Pepio. So all in all, the Shamrocks can probably very, very fortunate to come out of that with just 1 run.
And hopefully that'll make their pitcher feel a little bit more confident when he comes out the next inning.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how Albright does here, and just see how the Shamrocks react to this, because that was a very tough first inning, but it did have a very positive ending for them. So that'll bring up the leadoff batter for the Shamrocks. That'll bring up Milo Beam, the center fielder. Beam is a .277 batter for Coach Ryan Bunnell. Okay, I think we finally got all the confusion out of the way in that first inning. That was quite a little inning there, to say the least. Here comes the first pitch from Albright. Right over the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Nice fastball. Swing and a foul off to the left side, out of play. A lot of room in foul territory here at Shamrock Stadium. There's a line drive that's going to fall in there, so the Shamrocks collect the first hit of the game and have their first base runner of the game. Logan McClurg is the second batter for the Shamrocks, a left fielder, a .352 batter.
Number 14, Logan McClurg.
McClurg, a sophomore. There's a hot shot right down the right field line. The Shamrocks are going to have runners on first and second with nobody out. A 2-base hit for Logan McClurg.
Very good to see early. Not many players get hits off of Albright.
Runners on second and third now.
Number 20, Ryan.
I see that guy, but I'm thinking, I can't see first.
McClurg very alertly took off around first base. I think what he saw is that ball was hit just inside the foul line, and the grass here appears to be a little bit long, and when it hit the grass, it just really slowed down, and that gave McClurg a chance to stretch that into a double. I think Beam, he was off with the crack of the bat, and he knew he was going to third when that one was hit to the right side. So that brings up the number 3 batter in the order, the senior shortstop, Ryan Pepio. Any of you who have watched Westfield sports before, the name Pepio synonymous with Shamrock sports. Football, basketball, baseball, a little bit of everything for the Pepio family. First pitch is outside in the dirt. Nice block there by Brendan Tungate. So the Shamrocks trying to get back the run they gave up in the first and get some more. No outs, 2 on. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's just a little bit low. That one bounces in, 3-0. Albright is also a sophomore. .30 pitch right over the heart of the plate. Pepio, just like the Tiger batters in the top of the first, making, he's not going to swing at that ball until the pitcher can prove that he can get it over the plate. The 3-1 from Albright. A little bit outside, ball 4.
Westfield's doing a great job at making this guy pitch.
So basically, we have almost the same situation we had in the top of the first. The bases are loaded, courtesy 2 hits and a walk. That brings up the cleanup batter. Brian Skelton, the pitcher, steps in. Probably just the situation Brian would like to see. He can really help himself out now and dig his team out of the hole that they dug themselves into in the first inning. That one's foul out of play off to the right. Strike 2. Just nicked the lower inside corner of the plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball just a little bit inside. There's a called strike. First out. In the bottom of the first for the Shamrocks. The bases are still loaded. The number 5 batter, Harrison Freed, steps in. He's the first baseman. That was a really, really nice breaking ball there by Albright to get the call on Skelton.
Yeah, I thought so. Right when I saw it come out of his hand, it looked really good.
A little outside to Freed. Freed, a .237 batter. There's a little soft liner over to the second baseman, Ryan Metz. He grabs it for the second out. None of the base runners are able to advance. So defensively, so far, the Shamrocks have not been able to solve the Tigers. The Tigers have come up to the cause and got 2 outs now. Logan Schneider, the third baseman, steps in. Strike over the inside corner, right at the belt. Sixth batter of the inning to come up. There's a ground ball just out of the outreached arms of Ryan Metz, and that is going to score 2 runs and put the Shamrocks on top 2-1. Ryan Pepio moves over to second. Schneider is on first with a base hit, the third hit of the game. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jackson Garrett. Ryan Metz almost made a spectacular play on that. He dove for that ball, but it was just literally a few inches out of his reach.
He may not have gotten the second runner, or he would have stopped the second runner from scoring.
Yeah,
so that's good.
yeah, would have held him to one run. May not have had the play at first, but would have made a difference on the run count. So we've got runners on first and second now with 2 outs. The Shamrocks still threatening. 2 runs, 3 hits so far in this inning. That one's a little bit low for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch from Albright. Over the outside corner at the belt. Nice fastball. Two balls and a strike on Jackson Garrett. Time is called by the home umpire. Two and one on the designated hitter, Jackson Garrett. There's one in the dirt that gets a little bit away from Brendan Tungate, but he did a great job. Did you notice, Ken, how he moved with that ball? He got the ball in front of him. He blocked it and kept it just to his right to keep the runners on first and second from advancing.
You don't see many high school catchers do that these days.
He does a great job. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one's a little bit low. The bases are loaded once again. 8th batter of the inning to come up. That'd be the right fielder, Max McCool. Tungate goes out to have a word with Albright.
Up next for the Shamrocks.
Probably more than anything else, he's probably going out there just to give Albright just a chance to kind of slow down and think about things for a second and just kind of calm down. A really critical time in this game right now. If the Shamrocks can come through with a hit here, they can probably score at least 2 more runs. Tigers come through with an out here, and it keeps this game close at 2-1.
And we're already in the first, and they already have somebody going to the bullpen.
First pitch is over the inside corner for strike 1. Elliot Gilmore is headed down to the Tiger bullpen to loosen up. Strike 2. 2 pitches, 2 fastballs. 0-2, 2 outs. The bases are loaded. We're in the bottom of the first. Shamrocks threatening to put more on the board. Beautiful curveball to get him for a called strike 3. So, in the bottom of the first for the Shamrocks, there was 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 were left on the bases. At the end of 1, it's Shamrocks 2, Tigers 1. Say Logan Street Signs and Banners specializes in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 773-7200 or visit their website at loganstreetsigns.com. Also like to remind you to check us out on Twitter at hctelevision.com. Also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Hamilton County TV. I want to say a big hello to our good friend Wes Sheely. Wes and his son Ben are on a baseball tour this week. In fact, they are in Washington, D.C. as we speak right now. Wes is going to be joining us for some of the sectional games coming up here at the end of the month. And Wes normally part of the Fishers Tigers crew over there at Tiger Stadium. Glad to hear that Wes is enjoying himself out there, out in the nation's capital. So the Tigers have got some work to do to try to get back into this ball game and take the lead back. They're going to send up the 8, 9, and 1 batters against Blake Shelton. I keep saying Blake. I shouldn't say Blake. I'm thinking of the singer. Brian Shelton, excuse me. First pitch to Parker Wells is outside for ball 1. Outside. Whoa. I spoke too soon on that one, folks. Sorry about that. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a nice slow off-speed pitch that Wells just swung right through. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the first baseman, Wells. Evan Patrick, the designated hitter, is on deck. That one's way outside. Full count now on Parker Wells. That one's right over the outside corner for a called strike 3 on Wells.
This umpire has a very wide strike zone, especially on the outside.
Yeah, there was one ball there, that second pitch to Wells. I thought that was going to be called a ball and must have clipped the corner. The number 9 batter in Matt Cherry's order, Evan Patrick, steps in. He's a designated hitter tonight, hitting in place of the pitcher Albright. 182 batter. Much better start for Skelton this inning than in the first when he walked the first 3 batters. Evens the count at 1-1. There's a nice off-speed pitch dropped right over the heart of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes on Evan Patrick. A little bit outside. Patrick didn't bite on that. Evens the count at 2-2. Patrick steps out, asks for time. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Evan Patrick. Right over the outside corner of the plate. Second strikeout looking of the inning.
It's good to see early from him. He struggled in the first inning. He's getting it back.
Yeah, both of these pitchers have got good ERAs, so my assumption is maybe, get over those first inning jitters and maybe we'll see a pitcher's duel the rest of the way through. Caleb Brincheski steps in. He led off the game for the Tigers with a walk in the top of the first, eventually scored their first run. There's a pop-up that's going to be out of play. Hit the roof of the press box. One pitch outside. Brincheski thought about it, but held up in plenty of time. 2-1. Another called strike. Evens the count at 2-2. Skelton with much better control this inning, Ken.
Absolutely. And it's really showing in his pitches.
Strike 3 called. 3 batters up, 3 batters strike out looking for the Tigers in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left in the middle of the second. It's now Shamrocks 2, Tigers 1. Due up for the Shamrocks in the bottom of the second are going to be Matt Meyer, Milo Beam, and Logan McClurg. Fans Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Ken, difference between night and day from that first inning to the second inning for Brian Skelton. First inning, he gave up 4 walks, couple fielders' choices, no hits, left 3 on. Second inning, he comes in, strikes out the sides.
Definitely seemed more relaxed that inning, and it's good to see. Hopefully that continues throughout the game, and hopefully he can pick up the win.
Yeah, let's see how Luke Albright does now in his second inning of work. The 9, 1, and 2 batters in Ryan Bunnell's order will be coming up in the bottom of the second for the Rocks. Matt Myers, a second baseman, a .312 hitter. If you do a comparison on these two teams, Ken, it appears as though Westfield, overall, the batters of the batting order, seem to have a better batting average. There's a swing and a hit out to center field. Andy Bennett got right under that and made the play on the line out, so there is 1 out. You look at the overall team batting average, you got the Shamrocks at about 240, the Tigers at about 243 to 248, but you look at this lineup, and it appears as though that the Shamrocks really have got a little more punch in this lineup today.
They definitely seem to be swinging the bat better. I mean, with 3 hits early, looking good for them.
Milo Beam led off the game for the Shamrocks in the bottom of the first with a base hit and scored 1 of their 2 runs. There's another one going toward left center field, and actually goes into right field. Falls right between the center fielder and the right fielder. That's the another base hit. Second hit of the day for Milo Beam. 4th hit of the day for the Westfield Shamrocks. Logan McClurg steps in. He had a double last time. Hit the ball almost right down the right field foul line. When that ball got out there, the right fielder, Matthew Wolf, had a long way to go to get it because that ball just absolutely died in the grass, and it ended up with Beam and McClurg on first or on second and third. Both would eventually score the 2 runs for the Shamrocks. Here's a steal attempt coming. Brendan Tungate had a little bit of a hard time handling that ball. So Beam has a stolen base.
Good choice by Tungate not to throw it down to second. You don't want to run it on third.
Definitely, most definitely, because that would have that could have been a serious mistake. That ball gets away from him, and Beam is easily on third base. Sixth or 7th stolen base of the season for Milo Beam. That one is over the head of Tungate, and that's going to put Milo Beam on third base on a wild pitch. 3-0 is the count now on Logan McClurg. I wonder if Albright isn't remembering that hit in the first inning, that line drive right down the foul line there, and trying to pitch around him if he can.
Albright already with a lot of pitches in the first inning. Really needs to get out of this one really quick if he wants to continue further into the game.
At one point we had somebody warming up down in the bullpen there for the Tigers, but no longer. Everett Gilmore was down there. Make that Elliott Gilmore. 3-1 now on McClurg. Foul ball over to the right side. Well fielded by the first base coach. Full count on Logan McClurg. A little bit high, ball 4. So the Shamrocks have got runners now on first and third with 1 out. That's going to bring up Ryan Pepio. Ryan is always a dangerous batter. He walked in the first.
Number 20, Ryan Pepio.
Shamrocks with 2 runs, 4 hits. Tigers with 1 run, no hits. No errors on either side of the game so far tonight. Albright starts him off with a breaking ball outside, ball 1.
And there goes somebody to the bullpen again. Number 9, it looks like.
Yeah, that would be Mike Folta. Low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Albright has not been able to do what his counterpart Skelton did in the top of the inning and closing him out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one must have been a little bit low. Looked like it was over the plate, but maybe about ankle high. 3 balls, no strikes on Ryan Pepio. He walked in the first, so he does not have an official at bat as of yet. The 3-0 pitch, right on the outside corner of the plate, 3-1. That one's a little bit low and outside. Pepio takes a base. Second walk of the inning for the Shamrocks. That's going to bring out Coach Matthew Cherry. Same time the runners, the Shamrock runners, come over to the third base side, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change here. At least the pitcher seems to be coming in from the bullpen, but I haven't seen a sign from Coach Cherry yet.
Looked like the guy that was in the bullpen thought he was going to come in, but
yeah, I think he thought he was ready to come in, but I guess all you can call this, Ken, is kind of a rough outing for Luke Albright.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can get out of this inning. If he can, he may stay in the game for a little bit longer, but
Play number 25.
Pitcher versus pitcher. Brian Skelton steps in. He reached on a fielder's choice in that rather unconventional play in the first inning that scored one of the Shamrock runs.
and
There's a
that's great
suicide squeeze, and they're going to excellently done by the Shamrocks, and Skelton is going to get a base hit on that because there was nobody covering first. Milo Beam took off with the pitch. Skelton was able to get the bat on the ball, not only get the run in, but also avoid being out at first base. So the bases are still loaded with Shamrocks. And we are going to get a courtesy runner For the pitcher, Skelton, that is going to be number 12, Will McCool, the courtesy runner.
And the important thing is the bases are still loaded.
Bases are loaded, and there's just one out. Fifth hit of the day for the Shamrocks. Albright's first pitch to the first baseman, Freed, is a strike. Defensively, that was very poorly executed by the Tigers. The second baseman should have been breaking for first when he saw the bunt, because the pitcher and the first baseman were breaking in, but he never moved over. That's going to be a long foul ball strike.
That had the distance.
That had the distance to go out of here. He straightened that out, and he's got a grand slammer. One out. We're in the bottom of the second. One run already in for the Shamrocks in this inning, threatening to get more. There's a high fly ball to left field. Taylor Soper goes over. He is under it. The runner at third tags. Will there be a play at the plate? No, not in time. So on the play, Logan McClurg scores. He scores the fourth run of the day for the Shamrocks. Harrison Freed can charge with a sacrifice fly to left field for the second out. Runners still at first and second. Logan Schneider steps in. He had a base hit in the first inning. A base hit now probably scores another run. A little bit low and outside. Ball one on Logan Schneider. 310 batter coming into today's contest. The ball one pitch. Nice breaking ball right over the plate. That thing dropped. The bottom dropped out of that. It looked like that was going to be high, and it dropped right belt high across the plate. One ball, one strike. That one is almost got away. Now they've got Pepio in a rundown. They should have him at third, and they do. So Ryan Pepio gets caught leaning, and he is out 2-6-5 for the third out of the inning. But in the bottom of the second, the Shamrocks put two more runs across, two more hits, no errors, one man left on the bases. So now at the end of two, Shamrocks with a 4-1 lead. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on the web, www.ecommunity.com. Well, the Shamrocks seem to be doing everything right offensively so far, Ken. First inning, they sent 9 batters to the plate. Second inning, they sent 8 batters to the plate. The result is a 4-1 lead. The Shamrocks, even though they have given up a run, had not given up a hit yet in this game. Go ahead.
I think that's very important without the hits right now. He allowed the walks the first inning, but he showed that he still had what it takes to get out of the second inning, and it looks like he may go pretty far this game.
Well, I think this is probably going to be the critical inning for Brian Skelton. If he can come back this inning and be as effective as he was in the second, I totally agree with you, but I think he's going to have to show that he can do that in this inning. Left fielder Taylor Soper steps in. Taylor walked and scored in the first inning. Skelton's first pitch nicks that outside corner. Strike one. There's a little pop-up. Boy, that was a nice play there by the first baseman, Harrison Freed.
He got a great jump on that. It looked like it may drop.
Yeah, that wouldn't. When it left the bat, I thought that was going to be over his head, but he got a good, as you said, he got a good jump on that and made what looked like it might be a difficult play, looked like a very easy play to begin with. Craig Yoho, the shortstop, steps in. Walked in the first. Strike one. Skelton really seems to have settled down into a good rhythm here for the Shamrocks. There's that outside pitch right over the outside corner, that nice breaking ball for an 0-2 count on Craig Yoho. Strike three at the knees over that inside corner.
He seems to be hitting all the right spots right now.
He certainly does. That's 4 strikeouts now in the game so far for Skelton. All 4 of those have come in the last 2 innings. Matthew Wolf steps in. Swing and a miss. There's one fouled just about straight back, 0-2. So this is the point in the game, Ken, where the batters have all, everybody's batted already. They see what the pitcher is offering. They also know what the umpire is offering. And so they, the batters have got to be just as aware of this, of that strike zone as the umpires is everybody else is.
And we notice he calls a lot of the outside pitches strikes, and it seems like this pitcher is really taking advantage of that.
5th strikeout of the game for Blake Shelton as the Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 3rd. In the middle of the 3rd, score remains Shamrocks 4, Tigers 1. From personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases, Church, Hiddle, and Antrim protects the right of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Merrillville, and Tipton. Contact their Noblesville office at 317-773-5320 or visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim. Well, we're moving into the bottom of the 3rd inning. After a very rocky first inning, Brian Skelton has settled down into quite a groove, and he's retired. The last six batters for the Tigers got him 3 up and 3 down here in the 2nd and 3rd inning. Shamrock's going to send up Jackson Garrett, Max McCool, and Matt Myers here in the bottom of the 3rd. Now, if you're Coach Ryan Bunnell, you want your Shamrocks to come out here. You want them to continue to be aggressive. And if you are Coach Matthew Cherry, I've got to believe that Luke Albright is probably on a pretty short leash right now. Garrett takes the first pitch for strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike 3 called. Three pitches, 3 strikes. First out of the bottom of the 3rd for the Shamrocks. Now, last inning, Ken, Shamrocks came up. Matt Myers was the first batter, and he lined out to center field. But then after that, the floodgates opened again. So let's see if Albright can get beyond the second batter here. That one's in the dirt, ball 1. Foul ball out of play. 1-1 on McCool. Called out on strikes in the first inning. That one's a little bit inside. The 2-1 pitch from Albright. There's the one that's just, oh my, just over the outstretched glove of Ryan Metz. That will be the 6th hit of the game for the Shamrocks. I thought maybe for a second there Metz was going to be able to time his leap and grab that, but I think it was just a little bit, just a shade out of his reach.
That would have been a tremendous catch.
I must apologize. I am a batter behind here. I forgot that Schneider was up when Pepio got called out. So that was Jackson Garrett who got that base hit. And now Max McCool is up. My apologies there.
Yeah, stolen base.
So Jackson Garrett steals second. One out with a runner in scoring position.
That's their 8th stolen base this year.
0-2 count. A little bit inside there to Max McCool. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Shamrocks with a 4-1 lead over the Tigers. There's a foul ball off to the right side. Count remains 1-2 on McCool. McCool struck out in the first inning. There's a line drive, just foul, just out of the reach of Parker Wells. Still a 1-2 count. Right fielder Max McCool. Breaking ball just a little high, evens it up at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch coming from Albright. Oh, just a little bit low.
That looked like a good pitch.
Looked good from here, but McCool just held up in time on that. Works it to a full count. So McCool gets a walk. Tungate threw down to second because Jackson Garrett was leaning on that. Almost threw it into center field. The number 9 batter, Matt Meyer, comes up. Second baseman, a .312 batter. Lined out to center field in the second inning. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd, Shamrocks 4, Tigers 1. Albright starts Myers out with a breaking ball, misses high for ball 1. That one's a little bit outside. 2-0.
It really feels like Albright struggled to find the strike zone on the first pitch tonight.
The 2-0 pitch, high and inside, 3-0. Nobody loosening right now in the Fishers bullpen. The 3-0 pitch, high again. So the bases are loaded with Shamrocks again. One out, that brings up the top of the order. The center fielder, Milo Beam, that also brings out Tigers head coach Matthew Cherry talking to the home plate umpire, and I'm assuming we're going to probably make some kind of a double switch here. Albright just did not have his best stuff tonight, Kim.
Yeah, coming in this game, I thought he'd have a great game. But he struggled a little bit to find the strike zone tonight.
Okay, it looks like Andy Bennett is going to come in to pitch. And number 9, Mike Folta, would appear to be going out to center field. Andy Bennett is a junior.
Pitching change, Fishers, number 3, Andy Bennett.
He's only pitched 8 innings, given up 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1.68 ERA for Andy Bennett. So he'll move in from center field to the pitching mound. Mike Folta goes into center field. I'm going to assume that Bennett will remain obviously in the 5 slot. Folta looks like he'll go to the spot that Albright left, the number 9 slot. He was being DH'd for by Evan Patrick. So we're back to the ball game here. Top of the order for the Shamrocks. 3 runners on are the responsibility of Luke Albright. So far he's given up 4 runs. All of those are earned. 1 out. The bases are loaded. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Beam steps out, asks for time. There's a hot shot over to the first baseman. They go home first for the force.
Smart play.
Good play there by Ryan Metz. So Garrett is out at home on the force, 3-2 for the second out of the inning. Beam officially reaches on a fielder's choice. That leaves McCool on third and Meyer on second. And stepping into the batter's box is Logan McClurg. He's got a base hit, or rather a 2-base hit, and a walk so far. The big thing is the Tigers kept the Shamrocks from scoring another run. McClurg takes the first pitch for a strike 1. A good heads-up play there by the first baseman, Parker Wells. There's a swing and a miss. The ball gets away. Nobody's going to advance on that. Oh, and 2 on Logan McClurg. Probably the most important at-bat of the night right now for the Tigers. Their mission right now, Ken, they have got to get an out here if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, with how well the pitcher for Westfield's pitching right now, it looks like they can only allow a few runs before it gets out of hand.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop, over to first, and the Tigers have done it. They get out of the inning with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on the bases. So at the end of 3, score remains Shamrocks 4, Tigers 1.
They really avoided that one. That was a great pitch.
That was that was quite an effort by the Tigers there, and we'll just have to see what that does here going into the top of the 4th, Ken, because that was just a fantastic effort on the part of the Tigers. If McClurg manages to reach on that, if he gets a walk or he gets some kind of a hit, that almost busts this game wide open. But the other thing we got to remember is that the same Tiger team scored 8 runs against the Shamrocks on Wednesday night over at Fisher's, and in that 8-4 victory over there at Fisher's. So the Tigers have got a lot of punch left in them, but as you said a little bit earlier, Brian Skelton, after a rocky first inning, has really calmed down and seems to be doing a really, really good job here as we move into the 4th inning. Tigers are going to send their 5, 6, and 7 batters up to face Brian Skelton.
Number 3, Andy Bennett.
Andy Bennett, who moved from center field to the pitcher's mound last inning, steps in. Flew out to left field his first time up. A little bit too far outside and low on that. 1-0 on Bennett. 257 hitter. Another one a little bit outside. All these pitchers have been nibbling away at that lower outside corner. That one was just a little bit too far out. That one was just a little bit low, so it is now 3-0 on Andy Bennett. Ball 4. So the leadoff batter for the Tigers is on base. That brings up the catcher, Brendan Tungate. Tungate walked his first time up in the first inning. Tigers scored their lone run in the first inning. They've been quiet ever since. Skelton's still trying for that corner over there on the left side and just seems to be missing that corner right now. Last inning, he was hitting it consistently. There's a ball driven into center field. That's going to go in for a hit. Looks like Bennett is going to try to get to third, and he makes it. Bennett had taken off with the pitch. So the Tigers are in business now. Runners on first and third with no outs, and Ryan Metz stepping in.
Smart move by the catcher to go out and talk to the pitcher.
Yeah, Skelton, he had a rough first inning, but in the second and third, it was 3 up, 3 down. In fact, in the second and third inning, he rang up 5 strikeouts, and every 4 of the 5 were looking. And he was hitting that lower left corner of the plate. Ryan Metz steps in. There's a bunt up in the air. Foul. Will not be caught. That was not a suicide squeeze. Bennett had a pretty good lead over there at third, but he did not take off with the pitch. That one's over that lower outside corner. 0-2. Brendan Tungate with only one stolen base so far this season. I wouldn't be a bit surprised with no outs to see him take off. That one misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tungate getting a pretty good lead over there at first, but so far he hasn't really shown that he's going to take off for second. The 1-2 pitch from Skelton. There he goes. Foul ball right down the right field line, almost into the Tiger bullpen. I think Tungate probably would have had that one stolen.
Absolutely. He has great speed over there.
Throw over to first. Close. Tungate is back in there. I think the Shamrocks would probably give up the run now for a double play.
Absolutely.
Another throw to first. There's a high pop-up. Who's going to call this one? First baseman is there. He's got it. Nice play by Harrison Freed for the first out of the inning. First baseman Parker Wells steps in. Runners on first and third with 1 out. Wells struck out looking. Big swing and a miss at the high heat. Throw over to first. Tungate is back. Skelton trying to hold Tungate on as close as he can. There's a bouncer over to the second baseman. Going to be a play at third? No. Be interesting to see how they score that, Ken. If they score that an error or they score that a hit. In either case, the Tigers do get a run.
Yeah, it did not look like there was anybody at first to throw it to, so that'll be interesting to see how they score it.
And we are going to get a pinch runner here. Runners on first and third. They did score that an error. So that will be an error on the second baseman.
That looks like a very good pitch.
One 1-0 on Evan Patrick. Runners on first and third, 1 out, 1 run in. The 1-0 pitch. Wells takes off for second. There's a play at the plate, and it is missed. So the result of this is going to be Parker Wells is going to get a stolen base to second base, and Brendan Tungate is going to end up scoring on the play on the overthrow to home.
He sure did a great job on the base paths.
So the second error of the inning. 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 runs so far here in the top of the 4th for the Tigers. Evan Patrick steps in there again. He's up there at 1-0 with a runner on third. Shamrock infield appears to be content to concede the run. There's one that's going to go over the head of the second baseman, Matt Meyer, and that's going to tie this game up. So the Tigers have come back to tie this game up at 4-4. Base hit for Patrick. The second hit of the inning, second hit of the game. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors so far just in this inning alone for the Tigers. And there is still only 1 out. And we were just saying a little bit ago that this is the same team that scored 8 runs against the Shamrocks the other night. And it looked like after that first inning that Brian Skelton was just almost on autopilot, Ken, and the bottom seems to have dropped out here for him because he just hasn't been able to get the calls. He's been nibbling at that left side of the plate and just has not been able to get the calls from the home plate umpire in this inning like he had been earlier in the game.
And it just feels like Fishers was just waiting for that first hit, and once they got that, it felt like they calmed down and were a bit more comfortable up to bat. Yeah, they got that. They got the walk and then a base hit, and then the pop out to the first baseman. And we have a pitching change.
And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change here.
Pitching change to Westfield, number 27, Matt Meyer.
Matt Meyer is going to come in to pitch. Yeah, going to be a long night for the Shamrocks and the Tigers tonight.
Already 7:26.
All right, who was that at second base? I didn't see who that was. Meyer moves from second to the mound. Yeah, these two teams are scheduled to play 2 games this evening, and because of this crazy, crazy weather that we've had here this week. You see who that second baseman is there, Ken? Looks like, is that 14?
It was either 14 or 16.
Let's see here. Well, I've got a 14 on the roster. I got a Logan McClurg on the roster.
He may turn around when he goes back to second. You can see.
But McClurg was in.
Looks like he's exiting the field.
McClurg was in left field, so we may have several changes coming here. But in any event, Matt Meyer.
It's 24.
Going to second base?
Yes.
Okay, that will be Austin Van Bibber. So Myers moves to pitch. Austin Van Bibber moves to second. Okay. Top of the order now for the Tigers. With a runner on first, Caleb Bercheski. A walk and a strikeout so far in this game. Caleb, the big hero in the game on Wednesday night at Fishers. First pitch from Matt Meyer. In the dirt, gets away.
Oh, and he fell.
And now the runner is caught between first and second. Over to first, into second, and they finally tag him out. Unfortunately for Evan Patrick, when that ball got away from the catcher, from the catcher Eaton, Patrick had already he took off, but it looked like he tripped out there. And had he not tripped, he probably would have been able to get to second base. But he ends up being the second out of the inning. So now there are nobody on for the Tigers.
I wonder if the rain from last night maybe had an effect on the
I don't know.
dirt.
The field looks real good. They dragged it out, and it looks pretty dry out there. But he slipped when he was he slowed down at a point and slipped. But anyways, so Patrick is out on the rundown. The 1-0 pitch to Bercheski. 2-0. The Tigers have tied it up here in the top of the fourth. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Schneider. Over to first. He made the tag.
Looked like he bobbled the ball.
Yeah, but they get the out. For the third out of the inning. So in the top of the fourth for the Tigers, a very productive inning for the Tigers. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors. Officially, nobody left on the bases. So now going into the bottom of the fourth, we have got a 4-4 game, 4-4 tied up here. So we're halfway through the game, and Ken, we got a brand new game here.
Exactly. You had said earlier that Fishers had scored about 8 runs against Westfield the other night, and they definitely showed that they still had the hot bats.
Well, both of the starting pitchers are out of the game. Neither of them will be the pitcher of record now with this game tied up. So it's kind of an interesting turn of events here. Let's see how the Shamrocks do coming back here in the bottom of the fourth. We're going to see Ryan Pepio, Austin Van Bibber, and Harrison Freed coming up. In that order for Ryan Bunnell, as Andy Bennett takes the rest of his warm-ups. Throw it down to second. Ryan Pepio will step in.
Bennett did a great job getting out the inning last inning.
He certainly did. Certainly did. Yeah, there's been some good clutch hitting and some good clutch defense in this game, too. We've seen a little bit of everything so far today. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Shamrocks. We're in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to Ryan Pepio is way outside. The look on Bennett's face, he knew he missed on that one. He had a kind of a little bit of a smirk on his face there. That one clips the outside corner, belt high, evens the count, 1-1. A little bit low. 2 balls and a strike on Pepio. Pepio, one of the leading batters on this Shamrock squad. That one's over the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right at the second baseman, Metz. Gets by him. My guess is that's going to be an error. No, they're giving him a hit. My mistake.
That's play number 24.
So Pepio is credited with a base hit. Austin Van Bibber steps in for his first at bat of the day. That one gets away from Tungate. Pepio easily takes second. I'm a little surprised that they gave Pepio a hit on that. I would have thought that would have been an error. Looked like it was hit almost right at Metz.
Took a weird bounce.
Yeah, it did take a funny hop. Van Bibber getting some instruction from Coach Bunnell. 1 ball, no strikes on Van Bibber. Over the outside part of the plate, 1-1. He squared the bunt, pulled the bat back, but the pitch was still called a strike. Ryan Pepio on second, no outs. Shamrocks looking to reclaim the lead here from the Tigers here in the bottom of the fourth. Squared to bunt again. Got it back in time. That was a ball, so 2 balls and a strike. Austin Van Bibber. Now playing second base. Oh. There's a bunt straight up in the air. Caught on the fly by Parker Wells. Pepio was not very far off of the bag at second, so they had no chance of doubling him up. First out for the Shamrocks. Harrison Freed, first baseman. Did I hear him say birthday boy?
Yeah, you did.
Well, happy birthday to Harrison. Our stadium announcer, Connor Tebby, always throwing in interesting little tidbits like that for us. Conference at the mound there between Tungate and Bennett. Coach Matt Cherry is coming back out to the mound again.
Looks like there might be
Looks like we might have another pitching change here. So let's see what else is going to change here. I would guess that Bennett may go back into center field, and Folta may come out. I'm not sure. Yeah, that looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. So Andy Bennett is going to go back to center field. I didn't see who. Did you see who the new pitcher is?
It looks like number 21, maybe.
Pitching change for pitcher number 21, Elliot Gilmore.
Elliot Gilmore.
Get your pitcher guy right behind you. You can always ask them.
Good. You guys are timing how fast I'm bobbing my head, huh? Elliot Gilmore is coming in to pitch for the Tigers. Gilmore is 1-1 on the season. No ERA. given up 5 hits, no earned runs, struck out 19 and walked 15. So the first batter that Gilmore will be facing is the first baseman Harrison Freed. One out. One on. 2-0 to Harrison Freed.
Good strike.
2 balls and a strike, though, on Freed. Little high, 3-1.
Fishers has another player warming up in the bullpen.
The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So the Shamrocks have got runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Third baseman Logan Schneider steps in. Base hit and a strikeout for Schneider so far in this game. Pitch from Gilmore, a little bit high. Two and 0. Ken, I don't know what's going on with these pitchers tonight, but a lot of high pitches this evening. Two-0 pitch from Gilmore. That one hit the inside corner of the plate. 2-1. 3 pitches, 3 fastballs so far from Gilmore.
Yeah, we haven't seen any change yet.
Another fastball over the outside corner of the plate, evens the count at 2-2.
Comes into question, when is he going to throw that first off-speed pitch?
There's a high pop-up on the right side. Parker Wells is going after it. He has got it. Nice play. But on the play, Ryan Pepio advances from second to third. But more important, Logan Schneider is the second out of the bottom of the 4th for the Shamrocks. That was kind of a difficult play for Wells to make because he kind of got turned around on that thing and was almost spinning at one point. So we got runners at first and third now with 2 outs. The designated hitter Jackson Garrett steps in. Outside. Have yet to see an off-speed pitch from Gilmore. The 1-0 pitch is high. Ball 2. That one bounces in. Nice stop there by Brendan Tungate. 3-0.
If you're Westfield, you have to think that every pitch you see is a fastball right now.
Yeah, he has not shown anything as far as anything off-speed, breaking, or anything at all. Everything has been fastball, fastball, fastball. There comes a curve, but that missed. The ball 4. I don't even know if I call that a curveball. It's a bit of an off-speed pitch. Right fielder Max McCool steps in. Struck out and walked so far today. Shamrocks have got the bases loaded with 2 outs. The bottom of the 4th. A little low and inside. Ball 1. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Right fielder Max McCool. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th, tied up at 4-4. Ooh, a little bit inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. A little bit low. Full count.
It's good at bat.
Gilmore getting his sign from Tungate. Runners are off with the pitch. Ball 4.
Just missed.
So Ryan Pepio scores the go-ahead run for the Shamrocks. Harrison Freed moves over to third. Jackson Garrett is on second. Max McCool is on first. The 3rd walk of the inning. Strike 1. On the pitcher, Matt Myers. There's a solid ball right into left field. Hit right to Taylor Soper for the 3rd out of the inning. But in the bottom of the 4th for the Shamrocks, it was 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on the bases. At the end of 4, Shamrocks are back in the lead, 5-4. Ivy Tech prepares Indiana residents to learn, live, and work in a diverse and competitive environment. To answer any questions on enrolling or general information, visit their website at www.ivytech.edu or give them a call, 317-921-4300. Ivy Tech Community College. Well, Ken, interesting inning there because the Shamrocks had a chance not only to take the lead, which they did, but they could have had the potential of scoring several more runs there. But in the end, a little bit of defense by the Tigers, and they end up getting out of what could have been a very serious situation for them. And we've got a 5-4 game here through 4 with the Shamrocks ahead of the Tigers.
Yeah, I feel like we've had a lot of runners left on base, not only just Fishers, but Westfield as well. And it just kind of makes me think what the game would be like without or with those runs in.
Hey, can you run down the snacks? Yeah. And a popcorn. You want a popcorn? Okay. Get your popcorn. What do you think for the snacks?
Start off the 5th inning, number 1, Taylor Soper.
For the Tigers in the top of the 5th, the number 2 batter, Taylor Soper, steps in. First pitch from Matt Myers over that outside corner. Strike one. A little bit too far outside, evens a count at 1-1. Matt Myers in his second inning of work for the Shamrocks. There's a foul ball to the left, out of play. The Tigers with 4 runs, they've done it all with 2 hits. Shamrocks have also committed 2 errors, which have helped the Tigers a bit. The 1-2 pitch is way outside, evens it up at 1-1. Correction, that's 2-2. Works it to a full count.
We're a team.
Full count on Taylor Soper. There's a bouncing ball right back to Meyer. Over to first for the out. Soper is retired. Shortstop Craig Yoho steps in.
Next, number 22, Craig Yoho.
A walk and a strikeout so far today. Foul ball straight back. 0-1 on Yoho. Yoho, one of the exciting prospects in Matt Cherry's batting order. That is a fair ball just over third base. The left fielder gets over there in time, but Yoho is in there with a double. Third hit of the day for the Tigers. Tigers with a runner in scoring position for right fielder Matt Wolf.
At the plate, number 15, Matthew Wolf.
Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, struck out in the third inning. There's a solid one right to the center fielder, Milo Beam. He comes in and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Andy Bennett, who had pitched and now is back in center field, steps in. Flown out to left field and walked so far this evening. We're in the top of the 5th. Shamrocks ahead by 1 at 5-4. There's a little nubber over to the shortstop. One hands it, grabs it barehanded. Pepio makes the play for the third out of the inning. So the 2-base hit by Yoho is wasted, but in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the 5th, score remains Shamrocks 5, Tigers 4. Ken, you were talking a little bit earlier about runners left on base. Tigers have left 5 on base so far. What's your guess on how many the Shamrocks have left?
Well, I know they've had a few bases loaded situations, so I'm going to probably say about 6 or 7.
They have had 2 innings when they've had the bases loaded. Left 2 on in the first, 1 on in the second, for a total of 9 runners left on base so far in this game. And if this game continues as it is and the Tigers win, that will be a point that Coach Bunnell will be making to his troops, saying, look, guys, you left 9 runners on base.
And hopefully that's something they can improve on in the second game. But right now, I mean, they still have the lead, so that's good to see. But, yeah, if they do lose this game, that is something to point to for the reason why.
We're going to be here with you for the first game this evening. The second game will be coming up about a half an hour after this one is over, but we will not be bringing that to you on Hamilton County Television. And we're going to move in to the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order is coming up. Center fielder Milo Beam steps in. I see Bill Davis down there at the other end of the press box, hoping that he'll come down and talk to us here for a few minutes and tell us a little bit more about what's going on in athletics for the Shamrocks. Ken, if you can give him your headset there for a minute. Bill, nice to see you here today.
It's nice to see you too, and we always appreciate you being a part of Westfield schools and doing a lot of our sports. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, we enjoy coming out here. You got a beautiful facility out here. There's a ground ball between third and second. There is going to be no play on that one. I'm guessing that that's probably going to be a base hit for Milo Beam leading off the fifth inning. But, so what's new in athletics at Westfield today?
We're just trying to dodge all the raindrops like everybody around here, but it's been an interesting spring. But fortunately, we have a very good ground crew and some good coaches, and we're getting some games in tonight. It's beautiful tonight.
Well, the field looks real good. There was one double that went down the first baseline there earlier this evening that it wasn't hit real hard, but boy, when it hit, you could tell that the grass is a little bit long because it just died out there, and what should have been probably a single got turned into a double. Logan McClurg steps in. That one's inside for the ball one for the first pitch. Milo Beam on first with his third hit of the night, 3 for 4 tonight. What a game he's had so far. Throw over to first, back in plenty of time. So I don't see too many gray hairs up there after all the rain and everything this spring. It's that's got to be quite a challenge for you as an athletic director, trying to figure out, number one, can we play? Number two, when can we play? That ball is going to fall in there. 3 Tigers around there, and the ball manages to fall in for a base hit. Milo Beam, he was kind of stranded there between first and second base, and he really couldn't get over there, and it almost turned into a force out there at second base.
It's a good thing Milo's a very fast kid, and he was able to maybe not know for sure what he was going to do, but had the speed to make up for it.
Coach Matt Cherry coming out. We're going to see another change here. Or what we're going to see. Yes, we are going to see a change here. Well, how's our other spring teams doing this summer for this spring for the Rocks?
It's been a really good spring. Our golf team again is always ranked in the top 5 in the state, and they're playing very well. And we hope to make another long run in the tournament. We have been state champions 2 of the past 4 years, and I think state runners-up 2 of those 4 years. So it's been a good run, and Coach John Hoover and the boys work very hard the entire year, and it's just good to see things like that happen. Softball got beat tonight. They're playing Avon. Got beat 5-3. It was a great game, 3-3.
Well, we'll have Avon here on Hamilton County television against Noblesville coming up Tuesday night. They are quite the powerhouse there. They are,
and I'll tell you, Hamilton County TV, I just want to, I got a second here, just thank you for not only our community but all of Hamilton County. It's a great thing to have you at our events, give these kids some exposure, and you guys just do a top-notch job, and it's great to have you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now my boss is sitting right here next to me, and he did notice that I didn't slip you any money or anything for that. I did give you his debit card to go out for dinner on him tonight. One of the unique things that you guys have been able to do here, and I give you a lot of credit for it, people drive down US 31 and they see this beautiful new football field, and it's fantastic. But I think there's so much to that story of how you guys ended up getting that. I think that is a fantastic story, how you guys ended up getting that.
First of all, thank you. Yes, we're very proud and very blessed to have a stadium of that significance. And yes, you're right. It's been probably a 10 to 15 year project in the works. I think I've talked to you before, but we kind of have gone from a want to have a stadium to it was really a point where we needed to do something with our growth, and we're just very fortunate to have a community that supports everything we do. And
Hamilton County is a county. I've lived in the county 27 years now, and I've just seen the thing grow from being kind of a bedroom residential community into a thriving community. And you guys have gone through the same things the other school districts here have, just expansive growth. And I just think the story of how you guys managed to take that property down there, right down there in 32, and use it to your advantage to get to get the facility here. I think that's fantastic. That the taxpayers weren't asked to foot any of the bill.
Exactly, and we thank a lot of our great sponsors. Obviously Riverview Health stepped in and is a significant part of that, and kind of got us kick-started. But yes, we do have support.
Well, and I think the other thing we're fortunate here in Hamilton County is with the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. I think we've got one of the best conferences in the state of Indiana, top to bottom, regardless of the sport.
Yeah, I'm biased, I know, but I agree. I think it is the best top to bottom in the state. There may be some conferences that have certain sports that may be a little better, but top to bottom, it's a grinder, and it's a great opportunity for kids in Westfield to be able to compete against all these players.
3 balls and a strike on Ryan Pepio, one of your star athletes here. Three athlete kid, three sport kid. Wow.
Yeah, not only a great athlete, just a great kid. If you get to know him at all, he comes from a great family. His mother teaches in the district, and he just it's fun to watch him play and his brother.
Yeah, we've been watching them for a number of years, all throughout the through the conference sectionals and all of that, and seems like a nice young man.
Yeah, and he's going to go to Butler, and Butler's got a really good player that still has a lot that he can even get better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is the real deal, and my son years ago thought about going to Butler, and when I told him, I said, "You go to Butler, I'll pay half of it." Then he decided, "No, I don't think I'm going to go to Butler." But there are days that I wish I would have said I'd pay for the whole thing, because that's a tremendous school down there.
You're being generous to do half. I'll tell you that. I've put in 2. I've had one daughter go through college, and got one that's will be a junior next year, and I know what that costs.
Austin Van Bibber, 0-2, no outs. The bases are loaded. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There's a foul back to the right side. Shamrocks threatening once again. Tigers trying to hold them. Well, after an 8-4 game Wednesday night, I guess this number of runs should be no surprise.
No, not at all, and we need to make sure we take advantage of every opportunity. When you play great teams like we do, you need to, when you've got an opportunity to score some runs, you need to put them across.
One of the things I was commenting on in the pregame, and I was talking to Coach Bunnell about this, was the fact your ball team started out 0-8, and I was over here for the Hamilton Southeastern series, and at that time the Rocks were 1-8, and I commented to Coach Bunnell. I said, "This is the best 1-8 team I've ever seen." But then I look and say, "Well, Zionsville and Noblesville, a couple of the top teams in the state."
Yes, it is, and we'll see one of those schools in the sectional, obviously. And I tell you, it's always fun to play in that sectional because honestly, any team can come out of that. So it's like a new year when you get to the sectional.
Well, this year with the sectional, there's a fly ball to center field. Bennett is back. It gets over his head. That is going to score at least 2 runs, probably 3. Here's the throw to the plate. 3 runs have scored. A 2-base hit for Harrison Freed. So Beam scores from third, Logan McClurg from second, and Ryan Pepio comes all the way around from first base on a ball that ended up going over the head of Andy Bennett and probably almost either to the warning track or all the way to the fence. Wow, what a hit. That brings up Logan Snyder. 3 runs and 3 hits so far in this inning. Well, the other thing, of course, is Bill, with sectional realignment. We lose Zionsville from the sectional, but we gain North Central. So, but we still have 4 or 5. Let me get my numbers right here. Should have him there at third. He does. Caught stealing. So that's 2 outs. Now 2 outs and nobody on, but the first time anybody from our sectional could meet Zionsville would be in the regional and in that. But the realignment left Zionsville out and brought North Central in, but you still got 5 teams from Hamilton County in the sectional.
Yeah, it's 5 very good teams, and losing Zionsville, we missed that. We love competing against them, but it's if you're going to lose one, they got like 9 D1 kids, I think, on their team this year. So
I've seen several of their games this year, and they are a tremendous team. And the thing that amazed me about Zionsville, Bill, is that they just go out there and play. I mean, it's not like I don't know how to describe it. They just go out and play and just beat you.
Yes.
And I mean, they've only got 2 losses all season. They lost 1 game to Noblesville and 1 to Hamilton Southeastern. And other than that, I believe they're 17-2 now. I think is what they are. But
they're pretty amazing to watch, and I credit a lot of that to some strong pitching. They got some strong arms, and it helps you it makes you look pretty good when you can put 4 or 5 strong arms out there, especially in our conference.
Well, and they're going into that section, I think, with Avon and Brownsburg and the rest of the crew out there on the west side of 465 out there. So they're going to have some competition too.
I believe they actually go up to the Lafayette area, but I may be incorrect.
I didn't bring it with me today, but I think I know it's all in that in that neighborhood. Logan Snyder strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning, but in the bottom of the 5th, the Shamrocks come back with 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. First inning that the Shamrocks haven't left anybody on base, but they scored 3 runs. Now they lead the game 8-4. That sounds like a score that we heard the other night.
Yes, it is, and exactly what we said. You got to take advantage of your opportunities, and they did. So now you just got to play some defense.
Well, we were talking before the game and looking at these 2 pitchers, and both of them with ERAs at 2 or below, and thinking, boy, we're going to see a pitcher's duel here, and it turned out to be just the opposite. We're just seeing, we're just seeing a lot of balls flying out all over the place. And
I've watched a lot of Westfield Fishers games, and it really doesn't matter. One team may not be having a good year, but it seems like every time we play, it's a good ball game, and they play us hard, and it's fun to watch.
That's I mean, to me, Bill, that's just Hamilton County baseball and Hoosier Crossroad Conference baseball. It's just the way it is. Well, Bill, we thank you for stopping by and visiting with us. Bill Davis, the athletic director here at Westfield High School. Thank you for all your hospitality for us being able to come in here and broadcast some of these games. We look forward to being here. It's always a pleasure to come out. The only thing I don't like coming to Westfield is the traffic. But if you live in Hamilton County, you got to get used to traffic anymore.
That is true. And again, thank you for covering all of our sports throughout the year. And we just hope you continue to do that, and we hope to see you back again next year.
Well, as long as the man to my right is here, I think we're going to be we're going to continue to do this. I've had a good time doing this spring. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Big Thanks to Athletic Director Bill Davis for stopping by. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Will he have a play? No. So Brendan Tungate beats that one out for a base hit. The 4th hit of the game for the Tigers. Second baseman Ryan Metz steps in. Swing and a miss, strike one on Metz. Well, Ken, while you were on your break, doggone Shamrocks, they put 3 across.
Yeah, I was watching it from one of the press windows. It was pretty incredible how quickly they were able to do that.
Oh, and 1 on Metz. Swing and a miss. The ball got away from Sam Eaton. Brendan Tungate takes second on what we will call a wild pitch. No outs. Runner on second. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Metz goes down swinging. First out of the 6th inning for the Tigers. Brings up the first baseman, Parker Wells.
Second in, number 10, Parker Wells.
Tigers with 4 runs on 3 hits. Shamrocks 8 runs on 10 hits. Shamrocks have committed 2 errors. There's one right back at the shortstop. I don't know why he missed that play, but, well, I know why he missed it, because he had Brendan Tungate standing right in front of him, and Tungate stood there long enough to block his view, and by the time Tungate got out of the way, fortunately he didn't get hit by the ball, the shortstop Pepio did not have a chance to make that play, but they're calling that an error. I'm a little bit surprised at that. But anyways, the Tigers do get a run. Parker Wells is on first base. The 3rd error of the night for the Shamrocks. Evan Patrick, the designated hitter, steps in. Strikeout and a base hit for Patrick so far this evening. 8-5 now in favor of the Shamrocks. 1 out, 1 in here in the top of the 6th for the Tigers. That one a little bit low. Ball 1. That one gets away from Eaton. Wells will advance to second. So the Tigers have got another runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Strike called. 2 balls and a strike. Matt Meyer in his 2nd inning of work for the Shamrocks on the mound. That one's a little bit outside, works at the 3-1. Just getting to be about twilight time.
The outfield lights are starting to turn on.
Gee, when baseball season's over about this time, We can all run over to Forest Park and watch movies.
3 weeks.
In 3 weeks, we'll start Friday night at the movies, right? All during June and July. Sponsored by Hamilton County Television. 3-1 on Evan Patrick. That's a strike called. Second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order for the Tigers. Caleb Brancheski comes in.
Number 23, Caleb Brzezinski.
1 for 2. Correction, 0 for 2. Had a big night Wednesday night, but walked and scored in the first inning. There's a nice off-beat pitch. Evens the count at 1-1. We'll have our final softball game of the season coming up next Tuesday when the Avon Orioles come to visit the Noblesville Millers. There's a swing and a line drive. Caught by the left fielder. What a great play there by Logan McClurg. That definitely saved a run. So for the Tigers, in the top of the sixth, they get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the sixth, it's the Shamrocks 8, Tigers 5. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, and Westfield and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable, positive experience. Contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online, smithsonthesquare.com. Well, Ken, we're moving into the bottom of the sixth here. The Shamrocks have scored in every inning in this game so far except the third. They score again here in the bottom of the sixth. We'll be going to the top of the seventh, and we'll just have to see what happens here. Taylor Sopel continues to pitch for the Tigers. And I never did see who went into left field for him, but the Tigers have obviously got a different left fielder out there. For the Shamrocks, it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 batters coming up here in the bottom of the sixth. The designated hitter, number 10, Jackson Garrett, steps in. First pitch to Garrett is in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike on the designated hitter, Jackson Garrett. 1-2. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Shamrocks with a 3-run lead over the Tigers.
Good stop.
Nice stop there by the catcher, Tungate. Swing and a miss. Garrett goes down swinging.
Good start to the inning by Soper.
Matt McCool steps in. There's a swing and a well-hit ball to left field. Right at the left fielder for the out. Second out of the inning. Matt Meyer steps in. Shamrocks will complete their conference schedule when they finish playing the Tigers. Tigers go on to play the Zionsville Eagles next week to complete their conference schedule. That has got to be a daunting task ahead of the Tigers. One ball, one strike on the pitcher, Matt Meyer. There's a foul ball right down to the coach's box on the first base side. Tigers are 6-7 in the conference. Correction, yeah, 6-7. That's a foul ball. Still 1-2. Shamrocks are 7-9 in the conference. If they can win tonight, both of these games, they'll end up with a 9-9 conference record. Tigers have got, as I said earlier, the rather daunting task of playing the Zionsville Eagles 3 games next week to wrap up their conference season. Strikeout looking.
Great inning from Soper.
Soper did an excellent job there. In the bottom of the 6th for the Shamrocks, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. At the end of 6, score remains Shamrocks 8. Fisher's Tigers 5. Say no job is too small for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you're a homeowner, a large business experiencing water, fire, or storm, or if you're a homeowner that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. Contact them at 317-776-9942 or visit them online, www.indianarestoration.com. I'd like to remind you to follow Hamilton County TV on Twitter. That's at hctelevision.com. Also, like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Hamilton County TV. Well, Ken, we're moving into the top of the 7th here. Shamrocks 3 outs away from an 8-5 victory. Standing between them and that victory will be Taylor Soper, Craig Yoho, and Matthew Wolf in that order for Coach Matt Cherry.
Fishers has scored 3 in this game in 1 inning, so it'll be interesting to see if they can do that again.
Well, the interesting thing about this game is I think, prior to the game, I think when we were looking at all the stats, we were thinking it was going to be a fairly close game, especially with the pitchers. Both of the pitchers with good ERAs, I think we were both thinking a low-scoring game here. And here we've got 13 runs and 13 hits on the board along with 3 errors. First pitch from Myers is fouled back. Big cut by Soper. Craig Yoho on deck.
It's a good eye by Soper.
1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside. Two balls and a strike. It's going to be fouling out of play. Pretty nice sized crowd here this evening. A lot of green over here to our left, a lot of red over here to our right. They'll be able to stick around and Get 2 for the price of 1 tonight. There's a line drive right over the outstretched arms of Ryan Pepio for a base hit for Tyler Soper to lead off the 7th.
Soper's coming out for a pinch runner.
It'll be a courtesy runner for Tyler Soper, the pitcher. I didn't catch the number. It looks like 7, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Luke Dermott running at first base as a courtesy runner. Throw over to first.
Almost
Dermott is back in time. Dermott does not have a stolen base this season. There's a high pop-up behind the plate. It's going up right on the roof above us.
Running for pitcher number 7, Luke Dermott.
0-1 on the shortstop, Craig Yoho. There's a nice off speed that came right across the letters. 0-2. No outs, 1 on for the Tigers. We're in the top of the 7th. Tigers need 3 to tie. That one's a little bit high. 1 ball. Correction, 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the shortstop, Yoho. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Yoho earning his keep in this at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Yoho is out, swinging. First out of the 7th inning. The right fielder, Matt Wolf, steps in. Reached on a fielder's choice, lined out to center, and struck out. Tigers need some runs here. Tigers with 4 hits on the night now. Still with 5 runs. That one's a little low. 2-0 on Wolf. I'd imagine Meyer is just out there trying to concentrate, just trying to get the batter and not really worry too much about that runner at first. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. When it comes right down to it, that runner at first at this point really doesn't mean a whole lot. There's a swing and a foul ball off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right fielder Matt Wolf. Andy Bennett on deck. That one gets away from the catcher. And we'll put Taylor Soper on second base. Move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt again. Soper going to third, and he is in there safely. Eaton did a pretty good job of stopping that ball, but Soper had such a long lead at second base that he easily got into third there. Full count on Matthew Wolf.
Very important pitch.
Ball 4. Well, that one's important from the fact now that you have the tying run coming up to the plate, Ken, in the form of Andy Bennett. And Coach Ryan Bunnell, we're going to be making a change here.
Looks like number 11, maybe.
11 is he's going to left field. That's Max McCool. Logan McClurg is going to come in and pitch. Max McCool, it appeared as though he went to left field. I cannot see who is in right field, but it obviously isn't McCool.
Looked to me like there was a 1 for the second number.
Yeah, I can't tell from here. The light's getting to the point now where it's getting just a little bit difficult to see exactly what's what now. Let's see what we got on Logan McClurg as far as pitching. Got a 3.62 ERA. 9 2/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. 6 strikeouts, 12 walks.
That walks number is something to maybe be worried about if you're a
Yes.
Westfield fan.
Andy Bennett steps up to the plate. He represents a tying run with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Clerk hits that outside corner, called strike 1. Lefty versus lefty matchup here now. Went for that outside corner again, missed this time. Evens the count at 1-1.
Double play could end the game.
There's a foul straight back. 1-2 on Bennett. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Fishers is down to their final out.
Catcher Brendan Tungate steps in. First pitch to Tungate. Inside for ball 1. 2 for 2 for Tungate officially tonight. Also walked in the first inning. Scored twice. 2-0. Two and 1 now. And Brendan Tungate, if he can keep it alive, Ryan Metz will step in. The 2-1 pitch, low at inside, 3-1. If the Rocks are to win this game, they're going to have to earn it from the Tigers tonight.
If I'm Tungate, I don't swing at this pitch.
Not at 3-1. I totally agree. Well, he did. He had a beat to hit. Pick up the second hit of the inning. First run of the inning.
And Tungate was 3 for 3, right?
Yes, he is.
It's a good game for him.
We got first and second base.
First and second, 2 outs. Christian Chapman out there running for Brandon Tungate. Ryan Metz, the batter. 9 runs are on first and second with 2 outs. Strike 1 on Metz. 1 run, 2 hits so far this inning. Tigers hoping for more. Rocks hoping to shut them down. Side evens the count at 1-1. The 1 pitch, swing and a miss. I think there was a case, Ken, where Metz was up there basically seeing where that ball was and saying, I either swing it or I get called.
Yeah.
Because that was a close pitch. The 1-2 pitch. That one gets away right between the legs of Sam Eaton. The Tigers have now got both runners in scoring position.
I still don't swing at this pitch. I let him pitch me. And listen, it's right down the middle. Because this ump has had some questionable calls.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. We're in the top of the 7th. The Shamrocks with a 2-run lead. 1 out away from a victory over the Tigers. Tigers would like to extend this and at least tie it up here. We'll see what happens in this next pitch. The pitch from McClurg. There's a ground ball to third. Over to first for the out. So, in the top of the 7th for the Tigers, it was 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. The final score, Shamrocks 8, Tigers 6. We'd like to give special thanks to all of our hometown television sponsors that include Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech, Smith's, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and Noblesville Trophies. Well, Ken, it was quite a game tonight. I think it came out a little bit not quite what we expected before the game. I think we were expecting more of a defensive battle.
Yeah, I was thinking I was expecting a low-scoring game. 6-8 is pretty high compared to other games that we've seen from both these teams. But we saw it on Wednesday. I think, wasn't it Fishers that put up 8?
Mm-hmm.
So it was about time for the Shamrocks to show up, and they matched them.
Yep, they sure did. Well, it turns out that Brian Shelton, he does get the victory, even though he didn't pitch very long in the game. But he does get the victory in that. I'd like to remind you that coming up next week, we will have our final softball game of the week. That will be next Tuesday when over at Noblesville. Of course, we have to put the condition on that, weather permitting, the way it has been this spring. We've had so many schedule changes, you just never know what's going on. And, Jim, where are we next Friday for baseball? At Hamilton Heights for baseball. And then after that, we will be doing...
Heights to Sheridan, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're correct, Heights and Sheridan. I don't have it here in front of me, but we will also be bringing you full coverage of the Sectional 8 baseball, IHSAA Sectional. That draw comes up next week, Monday or Tuesday. And from what I understand, depending on how the draw comes up, will depend on when that sectional will start because of high school graduations and et cetera. That sectional includes North Central, Carmel, Hamilton Southeastern, Fishers, Westfield, and Noblesville. Going to be played over at Dunker Field in Noblesville. Ken, your last thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a great game. If you were here in attendance, it was really fun to watch, really fun to commentate, and it was overall a good offensive game. And the errors did not come back to bite Westfield, so that's a positive for Westfield, and hopefully can improve on the runs, and hopefully Fishers comes out with a better outing for their pitcher next time.
Well, thank you for your help tonight. We'd also like to thank Will on the camera, Jim Wofford at the controls, Smiling Jim sitting here immediately to my right. For the entire Hamilton television crew, I'm Brad Silbert. Good night from Westfield.